everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to talk about something that's a little bit different than normal, and that is my journey with veganism. I became a vegan 2 weeks ago, and I really wanted to share my experience and how it's affected me both in my mind and in my body. I feel like a lot of these videos are people that are just ranting and raving about how amazing it is, and there are some things that I felt have been a little bit difficult, and there are things that are amazing as well. So just a little disclaimer, I gave Django something to chew on, so if you're hearing weird noises, then that's what that is. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel. We would love to have you here with us. I'm planning on making a lot more videos about my journey with veganism, so stay tuned for that. In this video, I definitely want to focus more on how it's affected me in the last 2 weeks. I will make another video about why I decided to become vegan, because I feel like that's a whole thing on its own and it needs its own video. So let's start with how it's changed my body. I go to the bathroom so much more. It feels like I'm on a cleanse. Like, I don't know if any of you have ever been on a cleanse, but on a cleanse, you definitely feel like your body's just ridding itself of all the toxins, like everything's going straight through you. And that's definitely the same kind of feeling that I have with this. It's probably due to the amount of fiber that I'm getting now. So I'm eating a lot of nuts and a lot of chia seeds, especially in the morning. So I feel like everything's just going through me, and it's really nice to know that I'm just like, things are moving in my body again. Yeah. I find it's so much easier for me to wake up in the morning. Like, I've always been a morning person, so for me, getting up isn't a huge problem, but I just feel like now when I wake up, I'm so much more energized. Like, I could literally jump out of bed and get going because I feel like my body is prepared for the day. Like, it doesn't have anything sitting in there anymore from the night before. Also, I don't crave any coffee or sugary things, which is crazy because I used to drink a ton of coffee, like a whole pot by myself in the morning. So I don't feel like I need that extra cup of coffee in the middle of the day to keep me going. The extra motivation is the amazing lunch that I've prepared for that day. So it's really nice to not have to rely on a substance to get me through, to give me that kind of power up and that kind of boost. My taste buds are like going insane, and I don't know if that's just the food that I'm making now is so much more tasteful, or if that's something that's actually happening within my body. But I feel like all of the foods that I'm eating now, it's like I take a bite and my taste buds are like, pow. I don't really weigh myself ever, so I can't tell you like I was this and now I'm this, but I do definitely feel lighter. My clothes fit better, so I do think that my body is leaning up a little bit. And I feel like I can just eat and eat and eat and still feel satisfied, but not feeling that kind of heaviness that comes with a lot of meat in your diet or anything like that. Like, I feel like I can get up and go right after I've eaten, which is a really nice feeling because then I feel like I'm not wasting a part of my day after a meal when I have to sit there and digest. Oh, something that I want to mention, I made the huge mistake in the beginning, the first couple of days, of eating a lot of beans. So I haven't eaten beans, like a large quantity of beans, in years. So my body was super not happy with me there. I get, if you eat anything in excess, it's not good for your body, and your body's going to kind of protest. So for the first couple of days, my stomach was like moving around and it just wasn't happy with me. So that was my bad. Like, I probably should have looked into that more. But that was one of the negative things. The first couple of days were a little bit hard for me on my stomach. So don't eat so many beans if you're going vegan. Now let's talk about my mind. In general, I feel much more clear and more focused on certain tasks that I'm doing. I feel like I'm in this secret club, which is, I know, sounds kind of crazy, but I feel like I have discovered this key to living a really awesome life, and it just boggles my mind that other people don't see this as well. And I don't ever feel guilty anymore. When I was eating meat, I was a vegetarian for 7 years, and then I started eating meat. And I always felt guilty about it. Like, I always felt like, why am I doing this? Why is this necessary? And of course it tasted good, but I never felt good about cooking it. So I really like that I can feel proud of the food that I'm eating and happy with it and genuinely satisfied. Like, not just my body, but my mind as well. I love that about this diet. Some things that I've realized about a vegan diet is that I am saving so much money, which I never thought would be a thing. I always thought that vegan food cost a lot of money, but actually I'm saving money because I'm going to the grocery store and picking up everything that I need for the week. And I'm actually eating that food. Like, I don't really have the option to just go out to a fast food place and pick up a hamburger. So I actually prepare my meals and I plan it out, so I'm not overbuying anything at the store. Also, going to the grocery store is a lot of fun now. There are so many options, and it's actually more of a game having to look at all the ingredients on the packaging. So I'm more aware of everything, not just if it's dairy or eggs or meat, but I'm aware of all of the ingredients because I have to read them now. Also, it is not as hard as I thought to find vegan food in a restaurant. Pretty much every place now has at least a vegetarian option that you can then veganize, and a lot of places have vegan options and have things that you can eat. So it's not an inconvenience like I thought it was going to be. It's a lot easier than I thought, and it doesn't really feel like I'm taking things out of my diet, but I feel like I'm putting so many more things in, like all these new exciting things that I had never really experienced before. I love how veganism has just taken over my life. I feel like it's such a big thing for me, and I'm so proud of myself and my body and my mind for making the decision to do this. Honestly, YouTube has been a huge place for me, watching other videos and hearing other people's experience with it. It really is a support system. So if you're interested in veganism, or if you are vegan, then that's a really good place to look for more information on that. I would love to hear your experiences or any questions that you have or your comments. You can put them down below. I'm going to be making a lot more videos about veganism just because it's a huge thing in my life. So stay tuned for that, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. This is really all over the place.